we'll give it a start, but I'm sure that some people will sort of trickle through and join us as we do. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us at today's award showcase webinar. My name is Charlotte. I work with the PPMA and I am here in place of our sponsor host Cornerstone, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, but they were the award sponsors for the best creative concept of recruitment campaign, which is a lot of C's to say in one sentence. I am joined here today by Annalie and Natasha from Northumberland County Council, our very worthy winners who are going to be giving you a presentation on exactly why their entry caught the attention of the judges today. So without further ado, I will pass over to Annalie and Natasha. And if anybody has any questions while the ladies are speaking, please feel free to pop them in the chat and we will get to them at the end. Over to you.
Thank you, Charlotte. That was a really kind introduction, and thank you to everyone for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today. We're just going to share the screen with you. So I'm hoping everybody can see that.
That's up on the screen now.
Perfect. So as Charlotte said, with me today is Natasha Poole. She's one of our talent acquisition advisors for the Children, Young People and Education Directorate. And also being our technical whiz is Hafisa Khanum, our talent acquisition data and performance lead. So in today's session, we'd like to give you an overview of our submission for the Best Creative Recruitment Campaign, which obviously we were absolutely thrilled to win. I'll provide a brief insight into Northumberland as a county and Northumberland County Council as an organisation. And I'll then hand over to Natasha, who is extremely passionate about this and led the campaign drive. She'll take us through the challenge we were presented with and explain our approach. And as Charlotte mentioned, if you've got any question, please do pop them in the chat and we'll answer them as best we can at the end. So a little bit about Northumberland. I'm not sure how many of you have been to Northumberland before, but it is an amazing place to be. I mean, look at that happy sheep. It's not without its challenges, and we are the least densely populated county in England. We are also closely bordered by other counties and local authorities, especially to the south, which can add an element of competition when it comes to recruitment. That said, the rewards for living here are you get to enjoy some of the finest coastlines there are, world-renowned historical sites, and areas of outstanding natural beauty. So a little bit more just about NCC. If we look at our current workforce, we have just over 5,000 employees, but that doesn't include schools. And like a lot of organisations, we're aware of an impact of an ageing workforce. When we were approached to support our residential children's services with the opening of a new home, we knew we had to come up with a different approach. So just to give a little bit of background about the service, Northumberland County Council currently has 434 children in its care. The majority are with foster families, but there are children and young adults that may need additional support and require periods in residential care. At the time, there were 5 other homes, and these employed around 200 care staff and 30 support staff around the county. And all our homes, we're very pleased to say, are rated good or outstanding by Ofsted. The planned new homes will increase capacity and allow vulnerable young people to remain closer to their communities. I'll now hand over to Natasha, and she will go into detail about how we approach this new challenge.
So, what were our challenges? Northumberland as a region is a small pool to fish in, and we regularly advertise roles of this nature. Applications can therefore dip if potential candidates feel saturated in the same vacancies. Similarly, there's not the public transport infrastructure, so it would be hard to get to the homes without being able to drive and have access to a vehicle. The role of residential support worker is an entry-level role, and we do appreciate it is a lower salary. We are in close proximity to another 6 local authorities who are also recruiting for similar roles. A new home had not been commissioned for over 16 years, so there was not a template to follow. The advertising budget was extremely modest, and as we were using public funds, we were mindful that any money needed to be spent responsibly. The campaign also ran from July to October, and the team were already understaffed and covering summer holiday annual leave. It was a tight deadline to work with, and we needed a fresh and collaborative approach that ensured buy-in from the service. We were also aware that opening a new home with vacancies at all levels would naturally present promotion opportunities from the already other established homes. We were conscious that this potential movement could leave large gaps in homes that were already caring for children, and this became a big concern to address as the campaign progressed. So what was our approach? We worked collaboratively with the service and the communication team to increase the profile of the great work that they do in these roles and highlight the real difference that someone can make to a child's upbringing. We were focused on breaking down barriers and quashing misconceptions. Our aim was to get conversations started and give people the confidence to apply for a role. We were keen to dispel the rumours of it being fairly institutionalised and drill down the fact that ratios were much higher than people expected it to be. It is in fact 3 workers to every 4 children. We found from doing recruitment fairs that people dismissed roles like this as they still thought of them as naughty boys' homes or massive dormitories. And we were also conscious to get the community on board with where the home was being built to try and reduce the public pushback. On to the campaign. So we started with a campaign page that was created on TriPad, which is our applicant tracking system, where people could register their interest in the open day and be the first to know when the roles were advertised. They could find out more information about the vacancies, and we could group together the direct links to the jobs to apply more easily. We used the talent search tool in TriPad to pinpoint 800 people who may be interested in the roles as they had applied in the past for similar positions. And we were able to do a bulk email using this. We collaborated with the communications team to create a suite of videos and photos to use on social media to support the myth-busting strategy. And this allowed us to dispel myths in bite-sized pieces, focusing on one topic per post. We also used the videos to tell a story around how vital it is to create a family for these children and provide stability, to make people aware that personality and character are just as important as qualifications or experience. We needed to staff the home with people of diverse expertise, gender, and age. We did a series of videos from staff talking about their favourite memories in the role, and they gave examples of wild camping, going on holiday, introducing the children to hobbies, and playing with them on the beach. The residential manager filmed a video where he discussed the different career paths you could go down from the start point of a residential support worker. We are strong champions of succession planning, and we do see a lot of staff move on from the children's homes into family time department or adolescent services. We have also seen staff go down a social worker route. We worked closely with the DWP and Northumberland College to cast the net as wide as possible. The employability coaches were briefed on the role so they could promote it with their clients, and the college lead for the health and social qualifications was sent the information so she could pass it directly on to recently graduated students. We created 600 leaflets that were strategically distributed around housing estates in areas we knew had good transport links and were in commuter distance of the home. We put them up in all the local libraries too, and the leaflets included a QR code that took them to the campaign page. As the home was not yet occupied, we were able to host an open day event. Over 120 people registered to attend the open day, and it was a lovely event with an enthusiastic atmosphere. All attendees seemed genuinely interested and asked lots of great questions. We handed out key information leaflets that included shift patterns and benefits on them. And we made sure the residents of Pegswood were informed about the impending open day. We consulted neighbours and the local schools so that they were aware for parking and noise, and also to invite them to come and have a look to try and reassure them and help cement the home being considered a positive for the residents. The communications team worked on strategic press releases throughout the campaign, and we continuously monitored the social media post statistics, what was landing well, what wasn't, as well as closely keeping track of the number and calibre of applications that were coming in. This meant we had to be flexible and responsive in our strategy. So these are some of the examples of social media posts that we did. We knew from experience that this level of post would have more impact on Facebook than LinkedIn, but we did post everything on both. For the videos addressing misconceptions around children's homes, we focused on 4 key areas. What experience and qualifications do you need? That the role is perceived as no fun and every day is the same. That care experienced children do not have the same experiences as non-care experienced children, and that there are no progression opportunities. We also interweaved candid photos from the staff in the homes, and these proved extremely popular and engaging. The videos altogether had in excess of 9,500 views on Facebook and 1,200 views on LinkedIn. The post we did with Drew, the assistant unit manager of the new home, had a reach of over 30,000 people as it was shared over 40 times. And this was by far the most successful post we did. It prompted a lot of comments and conversation, which was the aim. And now Drew can't walk down the street.
So thank you, Natasha. So as you can see from this slide, we were very successful. It was great to see such an increase in applications, and we were fully staffed before the home even opened. We did find that some people moved from other homes to this one, but we still managed to plug these gaps as well due to the high level of interest. We also were able to build our talent pool in this area for future recruitment. So what's next? Well, I do still find it amazing how we achieved so much in such a short space of time. This was a true collaboration effort across the acquisition team, residential services and our comms team. We managed it all in-house and for next to no budget. For example, we only spent £75 on the leaflets. It was definitely a learning experience, and it has helped to forge closer working relationships and greater understanding across the teams. We are conducting focus groups with new hires to reflect on what attracted them to the roles, what inspired them to apply, and what we can improve on in our campaigns. We've gained a better insight into our candidates and what resonates with them, and this campaign has helped shape our current social media focus. So we now have a blueprint that we use whenever similar challenges arise. That said, recruitment into this particular sector continues to be challenging. We have to constantly adapt what we do to remain fresh and relevant to the ever-changing candidate market, and we are developing our suite of marketing materials. I would just like to say that I am incredibly proud of the team and everything that they have achieved. This award has been the recognition they absolutely deserve. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you can take something away from what we did. And are there any questions?
Me add another pin to myself. So both, they're brilliant. Thank you very much, ladies. That was a wonderful insight. We haven't got any questions in the chat yet, but I'll just see. We'll give some people a minute. Obviously, feel free to put hands up or cameras on and to ask questions verbally as well. But we'll give it a couple minutes to let people type. But that was a wonderful presentation, and especially I particularly loved the part about your man who can't walk down the street now that he's been in your
famous, recognised everywhere,
local celebrity now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we're having any questions through, but obviously, should we have any through separately, we'll be able to forward them on, or I'm sure that people will be able to find contact details for Annalie or Natasha should they have any more questions. But
yeah, don't hesitate to contact us. That's fine.
Wonderful. But I think for today, we will call it a day there and say thank you so much. Oh, brilliant. Just a few thank yous in the box for you ladies. Yeah, so thank you so much for attending, and of course thank you so much to our wonderful hosts Annalie and Natasha, and Haveza in the background there, wherever she is.
She's here.
And I think we'll end it there for today. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Bye.